I want to talk about one of the biggest, but maybe most invisible breakthroughs in AI. It's a simple question. How did AI suddenly learn to remember? Because this one little change has completely upended how we interact with technology, and you're almost certainly using it every single day without even thinking about it.
I mean, think back, right, to the early days of chatbots. Remember how unbelievably frustrating it was when you'd tell it your name, and then 2 lines later it would have no idea who you were? It felt like you were talking to someone with like a permanent case of short-term memory loss. And that experience, it wasn't just annoying. It pointed to a massive fundamental problem at the very heart of AI. So, that brings us to the core of the issue, what I like to call the AI with amnesia. Because really, to get why the new stuff is so amazing, you first have to understand just how bad AI's memory used to be.
For years, AI models basically existed in a perpetual present. Every single thing you said to it was a completely fresh start. You could tell it your favorite movie, and just 2 sentences later, poof, that information was just gone. Vanished. This meant there was no continuity, no way to build up a rapport. It was just this endless, maddening loop of reintroductions. So, how in the world did we solve this colossal problem? Well, this is where it gets really, really cool. The solution involved teaching the AI to stop thinking in words and start thinking in coordinates. This right here, this is the secret sauce that finally gave AI a real memory. The big breakthrough is this concept called embeddings. Now, I know it sounds super technical, but the idea itself is actually beautiful and simple. It's basically a way to translate the meaning of anything, a word, a whole sentence, even a picture, into a universal language that computers get, math. It turns these concepts into a long string of numbers that act like a set of GPS coordinates, but for meaning itself. And once an idea becomes a number, a computer can finally store it and remember it. Okay, so let's just walk through a quick example. Let's say you input the word apple. The AI model doesn't just see the letters A-P-P-L-E. No, it processes the entire concept of Apple. The fruit, the tech company, and its relationship to other ideas like healthy or innovation. Then it spits out this unique numerical address, a set of coordinates that places the idea of Apple onto this enormous, invisible map of meaning. And it does this for every single piece of information it gets.
Right, so we've turned meaning into math. We've got millions, maybe billions of these meaning coordinates. But where do you put them all? A normal database just can't handle this kind of information. This problem required a totally new kind of filing system, which brings us to a fantastic analogy, the mind's grocery store.
See, the big challenge here is that we're not just storing words anymore. We're storing the incredibly complex relationships between them. A traditional database is terrible at that. So we needed something completely new, the vector database. And that long list of numbers we talked about, those coordinates, that's what's called a vector. This new type of database is built specifically to store and understand those vectors.
And this is the perfect way to think about the difference. A standard database, that's like a library's card catalog. You have to know the exact title or author to find what you want. It's all about exact keyword matching. But a vector database, that's a grocery store. It organizes things by what they are. You don't find apples next to the cleaning supplies, right? No, you find them next to other fruits. Cereal is near the milk. It's all organized by relationship and by meaning, not just by alphabetical order. Okay, so now we have our 2 key ingredients, a way to turn meaning into numbers and a place to store those numbers in a way that makes sense. So what does this actually let us do? Well, this is where it all pays off. We can now search for things, not by keywords, but by pure, unadulterated meaning. And here's the magic. The AI can now find information by just looking for things that are close by in that big conceptual grocery store. It's not just matching the words you typed. It's understanding your intent and matching the ideas behind your words. This completely elevates it from a dumb search engine to a true research partner. I mean, just look at these examples. They make it crystal clear. The old way, you had to guess all the right keywords. Action movie Arnold Schwarzenegger 1991. Now, you can just describe what you're thinking of. Film about a robot from the future protecting a boy. The AI isn't looking for those specific words. It's navigating that map of meaning to find what's conceptually nearby. This is an absolute seismic shift in how we find information. So, where is all of this headed? If we zoom out a bit, you start to see that this is about so much more than just getting better search results. This is about creating an AI with a memory that, Well, a memory that truly knows you.
This quote here really gets to the heart of the matter. Just think about it for a second. By storing every single interaction we have as a unique point on this vast map of meaning, the AI isn't just collecting data. It is building an incredibly complex, nuanced model of who you are.
So what this all means, at the end of the day, is that we're building an AI that remembers everything. It remembers that you love old sci-fi novels, it remembers your passing curiosity about ancient Rome, and it remembers that random question you asked 3 years ago about how to grow tomatoes. And by connecting all those dots, it can start to anticipate what you'll need next, sometimes before you even know it yourself. The amnesia is officially cured.
And that leaves us with one last, pretty profound question to think about. The technology for a perfect total memory is here. But with that incredible power comes an immense responsibility. Because when an AI can remember absolutely everything, who gets to decide what it should forget? That's something we're all going to have to figure out together.